Welcome back to Run of Show, where we go behind the scenes of the event industry, one story at a time. I'm Tanya, your host. Today's guest is Audrey Preston, co-owner of Pensacola Parade People. Audrey has spent years around parades and public celebrations and has turned that experience into a business that supplies parade crews and event organizers with everything from throws and beads to masks, costumes, and custom pieces for floats and themed events. I'm really excited for this conversation. There's a lot to unpack and how these kinds of experiences come together and what it really takes to keep that energy going behind the scenes. Let's jump in. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for sitting down with me today. I really appreciate it. I know you're busy, but you're closed on Mondays, right?
Yeah. We're normally open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5:30. And then, of course, during parade season, we're open on Mondays too. Right. And next year, the parade season is so short, we'll probably be open Sundays also.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll talk about that. First, I want to get to know a little bit more about you personally. Are you a Pensacola native?
I am.
You are?
Yes, I'm one of the few, right?
Yes.
Born and raised here. My family moved away, so I got to see some other areas and then came back, and I went away for college and stayed gone for like almost 15 years and then came back.
Where'd you go to college?
In Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
A little place called Warren Wilson.
Okay. Now, is that a big town, little town?
Asheville's pretty big. The college was tiny, which was great. Small liberal arts college, really focused on environmental studies and sustainable agriculture and those kind of majors. Right. So,
are you using the major that you got?
Not in this era.
Right.
But I did when I first graduated. I spent about 10 years working in the nonprofit world, working for the YMCA and Beckwith Camp and Conference Centers is a part of the Episcopal Diocese of the Gulf Coast, and Girl Scout camps, and taught environmental and experiential education outdoors. And
then, so you're from here. Are your parents still here?
They recently moved away. They were here. They lived here for 40-something years, moved here when they graduated college and raised me here and my younger sister here. And then they have fully retired, and they now split time between New Orleans and Washington, D.C.
Oh, wow. New Orleans and Washington. That's diverse. And then is your sister still here?
No, she lives up in Maryland now. So I'm holding it down. This is a family business, family-owned business.
Oh, okay.
But I'm the only family left to run the business.
Right,
so it's me now.
So you opened this how long ago?
We just had our 14th anniversary of actually filing the paperwork, becoming official, making a Facebook page, becoming a business. And that was spring of 2012.
Okay.
And then we actually moved into a space, signed a lease and moved into a space in the fall of 2012. And Mardi Gras 2013 was like our first Mardi Gras that we were selling items for.
Okay, all right.
So we are in our 14th year. We're just entering our 14th year.
Yeah. And so what made you stay here? And are you going to stay here? Or are you going to follow suit with your family?
Oh, no. I mean, I plan to stay here. My husband's job is here, and he loves it.
Is he from here?
He's not. He's from Minnesota.
How long has he been here?
Oh, gosh. He was living here when I met him.
Okay.
So we've been married 15 years, 16 years. I don't
know. Long enough.
We've been married a while. Yeah. He's been here probably 20 years.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. And so you have this business and you're staying here. Mm-hmm. And so tell me a little bit about the business itself.
Yeah. So my mom and I started this business together.
Okay.
It was a mother-daughter joint effort. My family had always done Mardi Gras. It was our favorite holiday. My dad he worked offshore, and he would offer to take the Christmas holiday and work if he could definitely arrange to have the 2 weeks around Mardi Gras off, because it was more important to be home for Mardi Gras and all the festivities than Christmas.
That's so funny. Is your whole family like that? Oh, I guess so. You said you guys opened the store.
Yeah, my grandparents were in Mardi Gras cruise here and in Biloxi. Wow. My mother and father were both in Mardi Gras cruise when I was growing up as a kid.
And now you are.
Now my sister and I are.
What crew are you part of?
Pensacola Jesters. It's a little women's crew. I think one of the oldest, if not the oldest, women's crew in Pensacola.
Oh, that's neat.
Been around for a long time. My grandmother was in that crew. My mother was in that crew, so like it's a kind of a family
I never really
legacy.
thought about that, like a generational Mardi Gras family. That is so neat. You really are Southern now.
There were only a couple of Mardi Gras where all four of us were in the crew at the same time, but that was special.
Yeah. Is your sister part of your crew?
She is, yeah.
Okay.
Although she lives in Maryland now, so she doesn't always get to come down and participate.
Right.
But, she's got kids and work. And
Now with Pensacola Parade People and Mardi Gras, I mean, that's a big event. I mean, that's New Orleans.
It's huge. So that's actually how we started the business because we were all involved in these crews. There was really no local store that solely focused on Mardi Gras and Mardi Gras throws. There were a couple stores that would seasonally bring in beads, bring in a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But most people were driving out of state. They were driving to a big store in Mobile. They were driving all the way to Biloxi or New Orleans to buy stuff. My dad, like I said, worked offshore, so he had to drive to New Orleans all the time. Anyways, he was renting like minivans, even though it was just him, and filling it up with Mardi Gras throws for our whole family. And then friends would say, "Oh, that's cool. You got that? You got that at a good price. Here, let me give you $100. Let me give you $200. Like, go buy me stuff too." To the point where he was having to have order forms so he could remember who gave him how much and what they wanted, and bring it back. And it was becoming a little bit of an undertaking. And then one year, I think it rained, and everybody was like, "Oh, we don't want our stuff." And Dad was like, "This isn't a business. Like, you don't get to not pay me for the stuff I bought. Like, you have to take it."
Right? Yeah.
And we said, we were sitting around like a year or two after that, after the beach parade. The crew of Rex has the big beach parade the Sunday before Mardi Gras out on Pensacola Beach, and traffic can be kind of heavy getting off the beach right after the parade. So we were sitting at Mom and Dad's house out on the beach with friends from the crew, chatting, eating gumbo. That was our tradition. Just wait for the traffic to clear before you go home. And everybody was like, "Man, I wish we had a Mardi Gras store in Pensacola." Yeah, there are so many more crews now. There's so many more people doing it. There's so many more parades, and it's so much bigger. And we all agreed that Pensacola was ready for a Mardi Gras store. And so we just decided we would open one.
Yeah, that is awesome. And so you said 14, 12?
That would have been like 15 years ago, because it was about a year before we opened it up.
Right. Yeah. And did you open another space, you said, for this one?
We have had 3 locations. This is our third location. Oh, gosh.
Because you're growing?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. The first location, the first 2 locations were up in Ellison Industrial Park. Okay. Which, if you know where Goat Lips is, it's up in there's a bunch of warehouses, a bunch of businesses back there. It's probably not ideal for retail. No. But it was an affordable space, and it was easily accessible by trucks. We knew it had, and it, so we moved into one space up there, completely really loved it, and immediately within 1 year realized it was too small. Oh, wow. And we couldn't really expand there. It was also tucked away back off one of the main roads. It was really hard for people to find us. So we ended up moving to another place in that same industrial park, but a different building that was a lot more visible. We were able to paint our garage door purple, green, and gold. So as people are driving up the road, you can see, look for the purple, green, and gold garage door. That's our building. And we were there for 3 years. Oh. And then once again, we just looking at the numbers, you're like, we're paying this much in rent. We need more space anyways. It makes sense to buy our own building. And so that's how we ended up here.
Building. Oh my gosh. And this is a great location. You're right downtown. And what are these streets?
We're on the corner of Government and DeVillers.
Government and DeVillers. And this is an area that's really up and coming.
It is.
It really is.
Yes, the Tan Yard neighborhood. Yeah, we're part of the West Garden Business District.
Right. And I wanted to touch on that. Angie Carter Rose, I say Rose, but it's
Don't ask me. I'm terrible with names.
Roser, I know. I remember that much. And
she owns Unique Boutique. That's what I know. Angie from Unique Boutique.
Angie from Unique Boutique. That's
Audrey from Pensacola Parade People.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's how I remember people.
She's forming the West Garden Business Association.
Yes, and she asked me to be but we are in their area. It's everything kind of west of Spring Street between Main Street and Cervantes. And so that West Garden business district, we're going to, we fall right into it. And
right. Yeah. Because when I was saying to we have Palafox, which is being completely remodeled and redone. And I'm sure it's going to be great when it's over. But the city is pouring a lot of energy into that area, which is great. But there's also Garden Street, which has all this construction, and we're kind of like the redheaded stepchild over here in this area.
Yeah, it does. Well, and, Palafox has all that support because they already have the Downtown Improvement Board. They have a business district, which is the DIB.
Right.
And that they've had it for years. And so it's got its own momentum, and it's got, staff and advertising and all that. So we need that for the West Garden District too. So that's why Angie's wanting to start this.
Right. Yeah. I think it's a fabulous idea, and I'm working with her now. So I'm excited to help get that going because I love this area. Yeah, absolutely. Now let's jump into events, because that's what Mardi Gras is. It's 2 weeks of events. I mean,
more than that.
Yeah, more than that.
So the Mardi Gras season always starts every year on January 6th. Okay. That is called 12th night. It's the last day of Christmas. If you are a traditionalist, and you have the 12 days of Christmas.
That's when I take my tree down.
Yep. You shouldn't take your tree down before then. So I see all these people posting on Facebook the day after Christmas. I'm like, it's only the second day of Christmas. Yeah. You're tired of it because you put it up in Thanksgiving, or before Thanksgiving. Yeah, so January 6th, 12th night kicks off the season. Okay. There is a big event downtown here in Pensacola. We always hold it not on January 6th, but the Saturday that's closest. Right. So next year it's actually going to be, I think, January 2nd. Don't quote me on that. Look online. Whatever that Saturday is. Right. It's going to be a little bit early, but because it's easier to get people to come out on a Saturday night than a weeknight, especially because we do it as a blessing of the floats. And so all of the Mardi Gras crews that want to participate bring their floats downtown. We have essentially a reverse parade. Pensacola Mardi Gras is the organization that puts that on. They put on all of the downtown Mardi Gras events, including the parade, the big grand parade. So Pensacola Mardi Gras organizes that. They do a great job. They've been around for 25 years under their current leadership, and they have grown Mardi Gras exponentially in those 25 years. We wouldn't exist if they weren't growing Mardi Gras. Right. So they've made that kickoff that happens near 12th night really a big deal, and it's fun, it's family friendly. All of Pensacola Mardi Gras events here in town are family friendly. That's an important thing for our area. And I think it's something that sets us apart from some of the other Mardi Gras,
Oh, yeah.
In other places, you don't have to worry about, can I bring my kids? You can. You always can.
Always. Now, how was it this year with the parade route being moved? It's normally down Palafox.
Yeah, it was a big change. Yeah. So we had big changes last year because of the security concerns that were brought up when New Orleans had their, their terrorist attack on Bourbon Street. So they had to put in lots of new security last year, and that was a big change. Right. And then this year with Palafox being under construction, it's like another big change. They're actually changing the route. Right. So I feel like, people don't like change, and there's always people who are like, that's not going to work. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be awful. But at the end of the day, our Mardi Gras community is very resilient and very adaptable, and they're not going to let anything stand in the way of them having a good time
for sure.
and putting on a party for the city, which is what a parade is. A parade is a party for everybody. So everybody's invited, and the Mardi Gras crews are in charge of hosting the party and putting it on and making it fun.
Right. There you go.
And so they're not going to let anybody get in the way of that. So it was great.
Yeah. It had a good turnout.
The turnout was fantastic. Yeah. I actually liked the new route. I kind of think maybe they should keep it forever.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know.
My 2 cents.
Yeah, I didn't make it.
It was nice. Yeah, no, it did its normal first part of the route, went up around the top part of Palafox, and then just turned left 1 block and went down Jefferson instead of Palafox.
Oh, easy. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was not ever. I think people were freaking out and going, I don't know, it's not going to be great.
Yeah,
but
change.
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. So Mardi Gras starts January 12th and goes through
January
Fat Tuesday.
6th.
Or January 6th, sorry. January 6th, which is 12th night. And then it goes through Fat Tuesday, which is what's Fat Tuesday?
It's the date changes every year. So yeah, it is always it's the Tuesday after the Sunday that is 40. Hold on. It's 43 days before Easter.
Okay.
And Easter is always the first Sunday
after the first full moon, after the vernal equinox.
Yes. So because Easter moves around on the calendar.
Yeah. So
that Tuesday moves around on the calendar.
Right.
So, yes, it moves around. Next year, 2027, it's going to be February 9th.
Okay.
Which is pretty much as early as it can ever possibly fall.
Okay.
It is the earliest you won't have Mardi Gras in January.
Right.
So February 9th is like one of the earliest Mardi Gras you can have.
A short season then.
2 years ago, I think it was February 4th was Mardi Gras Day.
Wow.
And I think March 4th. I'm sorry, March 4th.
March 4th. Okay.
And that's almost as late as you can have it.
Right. Okay.
So it's always going to fall sometime between the first week of February and the first week of March.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I never paid attention. I just it's time for the parade.
We like it when it's towards the end of February because then you get a 6 to 7 week time period that is the Mardi Gras season.
Right.
And, you have time to get all the parades and all the balls and everything in. Mm-hmm. Next year, we're going to have 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
That's a short season, right?
It's short.
Oh, gosh. And you're already planning and all of that. So tell me.
We have started planning.
We'll talk about planning and things. Tell me about a time when things didn't work out so well.
Oh.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
We have, so when you're starting a new business, advice for anybody, I would highly recommend meeting with people who already run businesses, even if it's not exactly the same as yours, and asking them, what do you wish you would have known before you started?
Right.
Highly recommend getting with somebody who is really a numbers person.
Okay.
And running the numbers. Because we had this great idea to start a Mardi Gras store, and I was going to move back to Pensacola. I was living in Pennsylvania at the time. And so we were like, this is going to be great. And we just did it. And we ran some numbers,
right,
a little bit here and there. We kind of knew that the business was here. We knew that the town wanted a Mardi Gras store. We knew, we just knew it. We went on our gut feeling.
Right.
But
translation.
The first couple of years, we priced things on our gut feeling. We kind of looked at what other people were doing and we priced things that way. And we didn't necessarily know our numbers as well as we should have. So I'd say our first 3 years, we almost went out of business after our first 3 years. We were like, we can't do this anymore. We couldn't afford to pay. I didn't take a salary for the first 3 years we were in business. Was just working for free for myself. And my mother also knows, so we did not take any payment the first 3 years in business.
I know the
That's
feeling.
not a good business model. Okay. That's
right?
not a good business model. You should be charging enough that you can pay yourself or get a loan or whatever. Right. We didn't do any of that. So we did everything they tell you not to do, but we didn't really know. We didn't do a lot of research before we just started.
Just let's do it.
Yes. We jumped in to the deep end.
Yeah. So yes, go with your gut. If you want to do it, but.
Sure. I definitely trust your gut, but I would also run the numbers to back things up and because we were very blessed to have a good friend of ours that was a numbers person and had run a business very successfully and sat down with us and we opened up our books and she went through with a fine-tooth comb and she was asking us for information we didn't have. She was well, what is this and what is that? And we're like, we've never compiled that information before. I have no idea. And she's like, yeah, you need to know that. Yeah. You need to be looking at that at least quarterly. And we're like, well, I guess we should keep track of that. So we had to go back through 3 years of business records and figure out, what did that cost us? What did we charge for that? How much did we make off of this? How much do we have left sitting in the floor, in inventory? And did we order too much? Did we order not enough? Why are we ordering these amounts and this and making these decisions? And fine-toothing it like that, getting down to the nitty-gritty is what saved our business and kept us going because we were able to, the very next year we turned a profit.
Oh, wow.
And I started taking a paycheck.
Right.
So
you're like, it's worth it.
It was immediately worth it. And we have gotten better and better at doing that over the years. So I would say jumping in without a plan, and then taking 3 years to realize that was a bad choice. We could have fixed things a lot sooner if we had
But you stuck it out for 3 years. I mean, good on you, because look at you now. You got this great shop. And,
yeah. So things didn't, I don't know if things didn't go according to plan, because we didn't really have a plan. Our plan was, let's do it and see how it goes.
And you did, so it did go according to plan. It worked. Yeah.
I would recommend having a plan.
Right. Now, with Mardi Gras, though, like so with the season, so what are the events that so you have the parade, obviously, and then you have balls, and then what other things that do Mardi Gras crews do?
Oh my goodness. So
I don't
many
really know anything
social
about Mardi Gras
events.
crews.
Yeah. So, I mean, every crew is different. I'll say that. Some crews, you have little crews, you have big crews, you have all women crews, you have co-ed crews, you have all male crews, you have some own their own buildings and spaces, and some don't. Some own their own floats. Most own their own floats. Some rent a float. You can have a walking crew that doesn't even have a float.
Right.
There are some crews that don't parade. They are just ball crews. They're social organizations, and they hold a ball and different social events, but they don't participate in the parades.
Oh, okay.
And so you might see their royalty riding in like the back of a convertible, but they don't have a float and they don't participate in parades. So there's all different kinds of Mardi Gras crews. Some are active year round, and they will do like monthly events and meetups and, socials throughout the year. A lot of our local Mardi Gras crews are focused on charitable giving and works. And so they'll do fundraisers throughout the year for their charity of choice.
Okay. Yeah.
And they do those during Mardi Gras. They do those year round. So really and truly, I mean, joining a Mardi Gras crew, depending on which one you join, it's joining a social club.
Right. Depending on what organizations that you want to support, or how much activity you want to be in,
how involved you want to
be in the parade or not in the parade. How many crews do you think there are? Do you know?
Oh, that is always a question. That's a question that Danny Zimmer, the executive director of Pensacola Mardi Gras, tries to answer every year, because they keep track of who registers on their website and who registers for the parade and everything. So I think this year it was 97 was the number he gave out.
97. Wow.
97 unique entities that identified as a kind of a crew, I would say in my customer database, when people give us their name and their Mardi Gras crew and their email so that we can keep in touch with them, we have 105 different crews in there, but some of those are from Baldwin County.
Okay.
And they parade in Baldwin County. They're not necessarily Pensacola crews.
Right.
And like some of them are from, we have people who come up from Tampa that parade in Gasparilla and will shop here because they're in town anyways, and Panama City and things like that. So that 105 is definitely not just Pensacola.
Right, yeah.
But I think there's 90 plus for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean that's a lot of information right there, because first of all, I'm thinking parades and balls. But usually there's just all year round. And then I'm thinking maybe it's 50, 60, no, 100.
There's probably 50 or 60 super active crews that hold a Mardi Gras, some kind of an event, either a ball or a fundraiser or participate in the parades, because not every crew, some of the smaller crews don't have a ball. It's a lot of money. It's very expensive to put on an event. And so they will do the parades and then have, they'll go to other people's balls and buy like a whole table, and they'll do, that'll be a social event for their crew, and they'll, support other people's balls, but not put one on themselves. That's not unusual.
Now, I know I've seen your pictures on Facebook when you do your balls. You're always glittery and made up. I'm like, oh my gosh, she just goes all out. What is your favorite part of doing these events, like the balls and the parades?
Well, so parades and balls are totally different. I enjoy a themed ball. I like the decorations. If we're wearing a costume to the theme, I like coming up with that costume. Even if, you're just getting gussied up and it's super fancy, that's fun too. I like to go all out.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
If you say, so great. It's a neon theme, I'm going to be head to toe neon. If you say it's glitter and rhinestones, I'm going to try and go 100% on whatever that. I like a themed ball. For parades, my favorite part, oh my goodness, I would say it's before the parade even starts. It's the lineup. And I think a lot of people who participate in parades, that's one of their favorite parts is lineup. So the floats have to get into position hours before the parade starts. And then you're getting everything ready and you're getting all your throws out and setting them up. But then you have some downtime. There's usually at least an hour where you just kind of hurry up and wait. And so you walk around. You walk around to the other floats. You visit with your friends that are in other crews.
Right.
You exchange pins like the one that you're wearing, or beads like the ones that we make here at the, you know, and you'll trade them with other crew members and collect, you know, your favorite ones. And just have it. The party starts hours before the parade even rolls. Right. So that's one of my favorite parts.
Exhausted by the end of the day.
Yeah. It's like a parade day is a big, it's a long day. What time
do you get up and what time do you go to bed on a parade day?
So for the grand parade in downtown Pensacola, it rolls at 2 p.m. Most of the floats are in position before 11 a.m. Right. 10. Usually they're getting in there around 10. So if you get there with the float, you know, you're there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., you know. So, and then you probably had to get up and get ready. You know, you left your house at 9:30 and it takes, I don't know, how long does it take you to get glittered up? It doesn't take me that long. I can put a wig on and put glitter and a costume.
You got it down.
Less than an hour.
You got it
down. So yeah, you know, it's a long day. You're usually out in the sun. If it's cold or windy or hot or whatever, you gotta, you know, you're outside.
And okay, so tell me, what was your favorite event that you did?
Oh my goodness. My favorite, this Mardi Gras season?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I did enjoy the Mambo this year. That was super fun. So it's a relatively new event that Pensacola Mardi Gras has been putting on. And this year they moved it to the Thursday before the Mardi Gras. So it was like Thursday night you had Mambo, Friday night you had the Crew of Lafitte Illuminated Parade, Saturday you had the Downtown Grand Parade, Sunday you had the Beach Parade.
And were you in all those parades?
I did all of that. I went to the Friday night parade. I was in the Saturday and Sunday ones, but like, you know, it was 4 days of activities. And then we went to New Orleans, my family did, for the rest of the week, but there was more stuff on Monday and Tuesday here in town that we missed. But the Mambo it's a concert. It's a Mardi Gras concert at the Bay Center. And this year they had the Yin Yang Twins and DJ Jazzy Jeff and Waka Flocka Flame.
What? Oh my gosh.
So it's always, the last few years, it's been 90s throwback hip hop artists. And I'm like, I'm a millennial. So those are my people.
Right. So. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Why is it called Mambo? Is that Mambo?
That's just the name they picked.
Right. Yeah.
The Mardi Gras Mambo is kind of a, you know, you'll find a lot of Mardi Gras stores have stuff that says Mambo on it. And it's just there is a song called the Mardi Gras Mambo.
Is there really? Oh, I have to find it. That's so cool. Do you like Zydeco music?
I love Zydeco.
I do too. I don't know who does. They're like, what's that? I'm like, you don't know? Okay. You're not a true Southerner if you don't jam down to some Zydeco music.
You're definitely not from the Gulf Coast.
Right? For sure. For sure. Okay. So let's jump to real quick. Tell me, what is the best way for people to get a hold of you if they want to get involved or if they want to come see the shop?
Yeah, well, the shop is open to the public. You don't have
address?
It is here at 331 West Government Street, and we're in it right now. Yeah. And it's on the corner of Government and De Villers, just right up from the Wahoo Stadium. And you can just come walk in. We're open October through the end of May. Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5:30. And I always have our hours up to date on our website and Facebook. So just come in. You can also call or text our business number. That's the fastest way to get a question answered. Right. Which is 850-696-7566.
Got it. Awesome sauce. Okay, now let's jump in. Give me some of your best tips and tricks for navigating a great Mardi Gras season.
Oh, navigating. Well, I would say you have to decide how you're participating. Are you a spectator? Are you going to join a crew? Are you thinking about joining a crew and you want to try it out and tiptoe in? Or are you ready and you're full in? So you can have a fun time for Mardi Gras from any of those positions. I personally have crossed the barricades. I'm in a crew. I like to parade. I want to float. Once you cross the barricades, it's hard to go back to the other side. But if you are just checking Mardi Gras out in Pensacola for the first time, you know, I would say don't just come to the parade. Come to some of the other events like that. The kickoff that happens in beginning of January is super fun, and it's a great way to actually get to talk to the crew members because their floats are parked, and so you can walk around to the floats, see their costumes up close, take pictures with, the floats that you like. You can pose for photos because they're right there. They're not moving. There's not a big crowd, so I really like that event. And if you are interested in joining crew or maybe getting involved more, that's a great one where you can actually talk to the different crews about what they do. And do they have open membership, or is it a kind of thing where you have to know somebody and be invited?
Like
or do they say, hey, April 1st, we open it up, apply?
Right. Oh gosh. Imagine that's a whole process.
It can be. Yeah. I mean, for some crews, they're literally, anyone is welcome. They take everybody. Other ones, they have a limited number of spots, and they're very selective. So it just kind of depends on the crew and what their vibe is and everything. And some crews, you can sign up, pay your dues, and not show up to a single thing, and you're fine. They're golden with that. Others, there are, participation requirements, and you're, going to have to go to so many events. And, so you want to know all that before you sign on the dotted line kind of deal.
It's so involved.
I think one of my favorite events that happens that I definitely think that more of the general public should show up to is the Pin and Bead Festival.
Okay.
That is the Crew Blues puts it on, and it's a diaper drive for Gulf Coast Kids House.
Okay.
And all of the Mardi Gras crews can have a booth there. So they can set up a tent and a table.
Okay.
And most of them have some kind of a fundraiser going on for their charities. So there's all these raffle baskets that you can, buy tickets for, or sometimes they'll have a game. It's like, pay $5 to play this game. And if you get the bullseye, you win a bottle of wine or something like that. So it's kind of like an adult fair. You can go around to all the booths and, buy tickets and whatever. But that's also a great way to talk to crew members if you're interested in getting involved in Mardi Gras or learning more about it, figuring out what crews do what. So that one, and this year they held it up on the north side of town up on 9 Mile Road at Ensley Park. I think they're going to do that again next year. So that one's always the Sunday before MLK Day.
Okay. Yeah. See, I've always wanted to get involved, and I know you invited me to check out your crew, but I keep trying. I'm like, one more thing on my list. I'll get there. I'll get there.
I'm the same way. I mean, the only way that I can participate in Mardi Gras now that I have the store, and this is my busiest time of, that's my busiest time of year.
Yeah.
I have to work next year. It's going to be 7 days a week because it's such a short season.
Yeah.
But the only way I can do it is because I belong to one of the crews where you can, pay your dues. And if I didn't show up to anything, they wouldn't be worried about it. I wouldn't get in trouble or get kicked out. I could not be in a crew that had more participation requirements because I wouldn't. There's no way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make it to anything.
Oh my gosh. I know, right? Yeah. Don't count on me. But I want to talk a little bit more about you, because you do, you have the parade and the people, and that's your main thing, but you're also an ambassador with the Pensacola Breast Cancer Association. You're the president of your Rotary Club. What is it that you don't do?
Oh, okay. Well,
so you're so busy.
I spent many years with the Breast Cancer Association. I have had to take that off my plate, but I worked with the haunted house, the Hagi Haunted House, with them for years. Yes. I loved that event, and we was proud to be part of it.
I'm the new Audrey.
I know. I was so excited when you came in and said, I love haunted houses. I was like, oh, you're perfect.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of plans for next year or this year. Yeah, the next one. Yeah.
I think it's the best haunted house in Pensacola.
It really is. It's so much fun.
It is.
Yeah.
And, the fact that it's two organizations, the Shriners and Pensacola Breast Cancer Association, teaming up. I love to see when nonprofits team up and do stuff together. So that's fantastic. And it's mutually beneficial. I do Rotary. I'm a member of Subwest Rotary, and I'm currently the president of our club. And I love Rotary. It's the motto is service above self. And that says it all, I think. It's a service club made up of business people. So yes, you get to network with other business people in the area, but it's about making your community better.
Right.
I play roller derby.
Roller derby, that's right.
That takes up a lot of my time.
Yes, yes.
That's my fun just for me thing.
And your team what's your team again?
West Florida Roller Derby.
Florida Roller, and you're Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn on the track, Hepburn, and we play and practice in Milton, Florida at Weber's Skate World. So that's one of the things I do. I foster for the Northwest Florida Great Dane Rescue. Great Danes are my heart dogs, and so we have been fostering for them for 15 years now, I want to say. So I think we've had something like...
How many of those have you kept?
So we have adopted Of the ones we fostered, we've adopted 2.
Okay.
But they were after we had lost dogs that were our forever dogs, and we knew that if one came through that we were like especially bonded with, we would adopt them.
Right.
So they were technically foster fails, but it was kind of a planned fail. I think we have fostered over 60 or 70 dogs at this point that have then gone on to other homes and been adopted. So that's kind of a cool thing. Mm-hmm. And so, Derby, Danes, Rotary.
Oh, also, you're an ambassador with the Pensacola
Chamber of Commerce. Yes, the Chamber of Commerce. We joined the Chamber of Commerce, I think, our second or third year in business. And I've been an ambassador almost since the beginning. Pretty much as soon as I was eligible, they said, you're being pretty involved. Do you want to do this? And I said, heck yes, I do.
Oh,
so that was great.
Yeah, because I'm an ambassador with the Chamber too.
I know.
And I wanted to touch on that because I threw out the challenge. We're very competitive, the ambassadors. We have 3 teams, blue, green, and red. And what do you win? Bragging rights. But hey, I'll take it.
Sometimes they give you scratch-off tickets or gift certificates to local business.
Yeah. And I was ambassador of the month last month. So yay, finally. I was like, man, when are they going to pick me? But so anyway, I put out the challenge to have all of the ambassadors to be on there. And your team is winning now. Oh my gosh, the green team that I'm on, we usually win, I love it. Love you. Because we have Eldon on our team. We have Fran on our team.
It's so funny. Having been an ambassador for 12, 13 years now, the teams, based on who's on them, red team used to be the dominating team.
Okay.
Yes. And then now green team has kind of taken the past couple of years. They've taken that on. So it's at some point, blue's going to have to step it up.
I know, right? Yeah. Well, I had Neil Grosshider on the podcast recently, and I was like, what team are you on? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, see, that's why your team isn't winning, because you don't know. But the red team's in the lead. The green team, we've had 2, and the red team, we've had 3, and then
it's so funny how everybody takes it so seriously when you put a challenge out or you give people points, because I think people who are entrepreneurs and business people, the kind of people who are out there networking, they might be in sales or customer facing in some way, and so they're naturally competitive and you win nothing, it gets you nothing, like
bragging
but
rights.
Everybody wants to win.
Everybody wants to win. Everyone wants a door prize,
and it's great because it's all it's like, for me, being a chamber ambassador, one of the things it does is you can join the chamber, and if you just pay your chamber dues and you never do anything, you're not going to get much out of joining the chamber other than a sticker to put on your door that says, hey, we belong to the Chamber of Commerce. I know you have to go to the events to see a difference, to become known in the community, to know people. Who do I call when this happens? Who can I ask for advice on that? And I am bad about it's on my calendar, but I'm not feeling it. And so I don't want to go to that.
Yeah.
But as a chamber ambassador, I'm like, I have to go.
You have to.
I have to. Know? And I think if I worked for a large corporation, it would be like, oh, my boss is paying for me to do this, I have to go, But since I'm an entrepreneur and I am my own boss, I'll let myself off the hook all the time if,
I'm too busy. Sorry.
Really, I've done enough this month. No, if I'm an ambassador, I've made the commitment I'm going to participate to a higher level, so I'll be there.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
So for me, it helps me keep myself accountable.
Right, yeah. And it's so much fun. And I love the chamber. Like I said, if you get out of the chamber what you put into the chamber. And it's so great being an ambassador because it's helped me grow, not just as my business, but as a person. It's really helped me grow.
I think that's true of every one of the networking groups that is out there. You get out of it what you put into it, so.
And that we have so many networking groups around here. But it's cool. It's like you had the different Mardi Gras crews. You have all kinds of different networking groups. And then we get together and we go to all the things together. I love it. I love this small town, big small town.
It's Pensacola's growing, but it's still pretty small compared to other metropolis areas. And we have a lot of resources considering how small it is.
Really. And my thing is, you've heard of 6 degrees of separation. Pensacola, there's 2.
Right.
There's 2. It's 2 degrees of separation.
No. And I mean, we met at the chamber.
And
that's how you got involved in Pensacola Breast Cancer Association.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, it was selfish at first getting involved with the PBCA because I was at the chamber luncheon. Barbara Dean, who's the vice president of PBCA, she was their annual gala in October. And she said it's at the yacht club and she's looking for volunteers. I'm like, you're having a gala at the yacht club? I'm like, I volunteer. And now I just love it. We just had a meeting and I'm in charge of their marketing committee now. So I'm looking forward to getting some more stuff for them going, but I love it. Anyway, I digress. Okay. So I want to thank you for sitting down and talking with me today. I really appreciate you. I know you're busy. Well, not so much busy now. Well,
this is kind of our breather time.
Well, I was going to say,
we take these 2 weeks from St. Patrick's Day to April 1st off.
Right.
We have like a little spring break.
Right.
So I had 2 customers this morning because they both called up and said, "Are y'all open?" I said, "Well, I'm here. Come on."
Yeah. I'm not going to turn your money down. Yeah, I can send you money. I'm going to say you're not so busy with Mardi Gras, but you're so busy with everything.
We have to get ready for next year.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras 2027 is in, from today's date, 328 days.
Oh, 328
and
days. The countdown.
It takes 150 days minimum to get stuff that's produced overseas from the date you place the order to you have it in hands.
Right. That requires a lot of planning.
You know, and you don't want to have it in hands on Mardi Gras Day. You want to have it in hands 3-4 months prior. Mm-hmm. So if you do, we need to order in the next like 60 to 90 days in order to.
Right. So people,
we have to plan for next year right now.
Right. See?
People are always like bringing me ideas and things in October. And I'm like, for the next Mardi Gras, not for the one coming up in a couple months.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's so awesome that we have you, that you've already done the legwork. You've already put in, we can just come in here and shop.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love that. I try to have new stuff every year. And I mean, the biggest compliment people can give me, even is just, oh, you have so much cool stuff. I love it. I want everything in the store, you know, even if I can't buy a single thing while I'm here, I want it all.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm later. I'm going to come back and get this. I'm going to come back and get this, you know, and eventually I will be on it. It's on my bucket list to be on a Mardi Gras crew.
Oh.
I mean, I can't be a true Southerner, I don't think.
If you even whisper that around here, you'll have 10 crews like trying to recruit you. So be careful who you tell that to.
Okay. So tell me, what are your words of wisdom that you would like to leave our listeners with?
Oh, I didn't know I was going to have to give words of wisdom.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're a millennial, but you know, I'm sure you've got some nuggets in there.
I would say, I have no idea.
In your whole long-legged life, you have no advice for the younger generation.
Go for it. How about that?
I love it.
You just got to go for it. Do what you love.
Yep.
Be careful about turning what you love into a career. Everybody tells you to do that. I don't necessarily advocate for that because sometimes I regret being super, super busy during Mardi Gras season. But, you got to weigh, how much do you really want to do that? And if there's a business you want to open or something you want to pursue, I say go for it.
Right. Yep. And that is a great words of wisdom, because I hear that a lot with the interviews that I'm doing. That's the recurring thing. Just do it.
It's because it's scary. I mean, I left a cush job that was salaried and had benefits and PTO and room for advancement. I could have transferred anywhere in the country and stayed with the YMCA. It's kind of like a Fortune 500 company, except a nonprofit. And, I was ready for something different and I wanted to come home. So we started this business and it was just like, well, if it doesn't work out, I can always go back to the nonprofit world. Right.
And it's worked out. And we're so glad that you are here. And like I said, again, thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me today.
Thank you for inviting me.
And thank you for the pin.